Guys, welcome to another Mortal Kombat 1 video, and this one we'll be using Nitara alongside Tremor once again. I've been able to play more with this character and I find myself liking her more and more. Tremor is a tremendous cameo, one that I've failed to use consistently once he was released. At first I thought he was a bit too complicated, but now I see the truth. I've seen the truth of Tremor and he is now one of my favorite cameos in the game. Our first opponent is a Johnny Cage player, so as you already know, if you're familiar with the game, Johnny Cage is going to be a headache, but if our defense is on point and we're able to take away his pressure game, we should be doing okay, and so far so good, can't complain. I've seen a lot of Johnny Cage players using Kano recently. I guess they're going for the pressure and just being on you and not letting you breathe, which is a great strategy with a character such as Johnny Cage, which you can just essentially just hit buttons and he'll find a way to hit you. So my whole game plan here against Johnny Cage is to essentially keep him on his toes, not let him get started at all, and just try to pressure him as much as I can. I find myself, if I do this with Johnny Cage players, usually they tend to fold. It's something they're not used to. They're the ones who are used to applying the pressure. Very nice armor wake up by my opponent here. I went for the anti-air there, but of course you cannot anti-air Johnny Cage like a normal character. You just have to go for the uppercut as you see there. That's the only choice you have. Now moving on to the second game, I'm a lot more confident. Obviously I got a good read on my opponent. He is just trying to get in. I am not allowing that to happen. So we'll go for a little mix-ups here. We'll go for some lows. And just patience, as you can see. The knives, Kano's knives are just meant to put you in a block state so you can continue pressure. We're not allowing that. Of course, Johnny Cage does have a very punchable face. You just want to hit it even if you see two daggers flying at you. I mean, you can't fool me for that. I hate this character so much. I know a lot of people like him, but I just never liked him. Ever since Mortal Kombat 1, I just cannot find any redeeming quality from this guy. And anytime I see him, it's just a personal vendetta. I have to beat him. Here I'm at the worst possible place I can be with a Johnny Cage player in the corner. But as you can see, we start turning things around and we just go in for the sweep, take him out. We're on game point and things are looking pretty good for us. Again, the patience pays off here, though I do get punished, but not as bad as I could have. We just keep playing our neutral and just try to keep this guy away from us. Once again, we're in the corner. This is a place you don't want to be against Johnny Cage. This is where he's happy being. But I do have Nitara, and this is something that's been happening the more I play Nitara. I just don't feel that I can lose. I mean, look at my health deficit right now. I do not feel that I can lose this match. I can turn things around, bring it right back, and win the game, and look at this. And boom, there you have it. We got the fatal blow, taking the first game. Guys, if you love a good comeback, do hit that like button to share this video and help the channel grow. And remember guys, Chaos Reigns is just around the corner, so do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Trust me, we'll be playing a lot of the expansion once it drops and you don't want to miss anything. For our second match, we got a Quan Chi brother. I hate beating up on Quan Chi, but hey, we got to do what we got to do to see how well we play with this character. And already, I know Quan Chi is at his weakest at the corner, and that's exactly where I want to keep him. The damage output is insane, and now our job is just to keep him here, not let him get away from us, and just go all out and get the damage that we need to defeat this guy. Now listen, I'm not biased or anything, but what is the point of Quan Chi's tentacle costing 2 bars? What are my secret wishes for the Chaos Reign expansion is to allow Quan Chi to just use 1 bar meter to use that to enhance that tentacle and allow him to get some damage. I mean, he's not the most overwhelming zoner out there, if I'm being totally honest. So I don't see what the issue would exactly be in giving him that option. And just like that, we take his arms and the first game. So for match number 2, our Quan Chi brother here selected Serena, the footsie killer. But immediately we're doing the same thing we did in the first match. We take him to the corner. We're taking a big chunk of his HP. And we're back in control. Again, we're using Tremor's tool just to create some more mix-up opportunities. He starts fighting here. He does do a good job. He actually was actually a little bit afraid that he might bring this back. And there we go. He caught me here. Of course, we're going to break here. We're not allowing him to get any more momentum, because we can easily lose this if the boy is bringing it back. Man, sometimes that last hit is the most difficult to get once you have your opponent pretty much beat. He did a good job in scaring me here. I'm not too worried about the low tentacle here. The damage is not something that I'm too overly concerned about, especially with Nitara. All I need is 1 hit and I already got over 45%, which is more than enough for me. So for this round, I do see the Quan Chi player is a bit defensive. He's being very reactive, so I have to adapt to that. A good option versus defensive players is just to overwhelm them with offense, because most of the time they're just waiting for you to make a mistake. At that moment, all you just have to do is be patient and just put in as much pressure as you can. Defense will eventually crack. Nobody is perfect. And here he gives me the opportunity to punish him, get some damage, go into some setups. And at this point, it's all about just closing this game out. I don't want anything to do with that orange forwarder. I prefer just to back away, let that thing run its course, and then go in afterwards. And there we go, match is ours. Takeda is up next. Let's see how well this person adapts to my Nitara. I'm feeling confident at this point. We're gonna take the damage, put him in the corner. We're doing real good so far. Boom, beautiful damage. We got our Tremor cameo bar full. So we got a lot of options here. Now throwing this whip around like that is not a good decision, especially against Nitara. I mean, just 1 dive kick, you're about to lose 45% of your health or more, depending how much bar I got. And once again, some beautiful corner carry and some pressure. We just keep him right there. That's exactly where we want him. And here we start just mixing him up. Here I go for the overhead. I thought that at that point he would be conditioned to block low, but the guy was smart. He knew that I used both cameo meters, so there was no low coming. And we go for the brutal, take his arms away. No more whips for you, sir. Match 2, and like I'm saying, I'm feeling pretty good with this character. I have a good feel as to how to play her. Again, it is just a very unique feeling to me as a Quan Chi main to have a character who is able to output so much damage and have so many options, especially with this tremor cameo. I mean, again, I've said this multiple times now, but Tremor is one amazing cameo, and if you haven't tried him yet like I had before, do yourself a favor and check him out with your favorite character. This guy's insane. We took that first match pretty quick here. I got a good read on my opponent, so things are not looking well for them unless they make some very, very strong changes on this next round. And again, we go for some pressure, some overhead, just beautiful stuff here. Having a blast just beating on this guy. I'm not saying he's a bad player, it's just that right now he doesn't seem familiar with the matchup, so can't hold that against him. And I will definitely take full advantage of that. Chaos Reigns will be unleashed next week. I will be going through the entire story. I'll be uploading that. And after that, we're going to be focusing on Cyrax, guys. And if you're interested in that, of course, go ahead and subscribe so you can follow the channel once I upload these videos, as I would love for you to join me during the entire experience. And let me know in the comments how hyped you are for the expansion. Let me know what characters you'll be trying out first. If you're in the mood for some more Mortal Kombat 1 content, here's a playlist for your enjoyment, and I hope to catch you on the next one.